Hello, everybody, and welcome to Catching Up, Episode 3. And you may wonder why it's me talking, introducing instead of Pin.Valentine. That's because something is up with his microphone. And instead of him doing the whole intro, it's going to be me. So before we begin, Pin's reminding me here on the side chat to tell you guys that if you haven't heard, there was this bombing that happened in Manchester. And
yeah.
basically, our hearts are out there with them. Hopefully they're all doing okay. Like, AJ, did you hear about that?
Yes, I did. I saw it on the news a little bit later, like maybe an hour or so after it happened, and I was really sad. I cried just a little bit, but I was mostly worried about my friend Lulu, who lives in England.
Oh, shoot.
Yes,
So you actually know somebody there.
yes, and she was absolutely devastated. I really wanted to be there and hug her, but I couldn't. She lives there and I live here.
Yeah.
So we both got together and she made some drawings and I made some posts. And yeah, we coped together.
Yeah. I guess it's not the same when you do a virtual hug, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, you got quite a few different subjects for you people today. We also got and Pin.Valentine saying in the chat, Thad, that'd be Troy, my bud I mentioned in the first episode. So yeah, apparently Pin's buddy Troy is watching because we got somebody in the live chat that I didn't quite recognize at first. But I actually do remember him mentioning Troy, so it's not like I have a bad memory, but I don't have that bad of a memory, okay? So I still remember that name. It's like, hey, that's probably what's his face. So yeah. I know it sounds really insensitive, I know, but that's just kind of how if I don't know the person personally, it's like I just kind of go, oh, it's him. So yeah. So anyways, then I guess we can get into some stories. Is there anything interesting that happened in your week, first of all, since you're a guest? AJ?
Yes. Something weird.
What?
Okay. For people who don't know who's watching, they probably don't know, I'm pretty sure. I like to make stickers. I'm an artist and I make all kinds of things. And one thing I like to do is make stickers. So I announced so that I was doing them on my Google Plus and showed some concept art. And someone in the comments who I had no idea who this person was, they're like, "That's not very creative." And I'm like,
oh, one of those people.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
go on.
I could even pull it up right now and read exactly what I said to this person.
Oh boy.
All right.
Fun.
Here it is, if it will load.
Mm-hmm.
Google Plus is beginning. Has anybody noticed that? Google Plus being really slow lately?
I don't know. I mean, I just kind of think it's just at the speed it's always been at. Maybe there's a little bit of time there's legs, but it's like whatever. Anyways.
Okay, here it is. It's still loading. I am so sorry.
That's okay. I don't think it's your fault. Maybe it's the server. I don't know. Here I am saying I don't think it's your fault when I don't know your computer. It very well could be your fault. So
I wouldn't be surprised if it was my fault. I tried fixing the computer a long time ago and it could have caught on fire if I didn't do something to stop it. So
oh, it's one of those overheating problems. Oh yeah. That's one of those things. I think I had that before with like my old laptop where you actually hear the engine. It's like, I'm afraid this thing's going to explode on me. But that was like an old laptop. So yeah. Like this thing got really loud. Like it started running like with the fan, like you know how it normally there's like a little bit of a sound when it's on. Like this thing, like you could hear it from like quite a ways away, and then it's like, is the thing gonna explode? It's like I'm afraid to use it now. So
Here it is. Yes. I really want to tell this story. Okay, so I announced that I got stickers, and well, I'm making stickers, like I said before. And this person, I can tell you their name if you want, because this is actually a person I would like my followers to avoid, because this person is weird.
Okay. We deal with a lot of weird people. Go on.
Their name is Ninny. Niney. Ninny.
Oh,
it's ironic because they are a bit of a ninny, aren't they? So
you gotta love when people are self-aware like that.
Like I said before, they were like, well, that's not very creative. And I'm like, who are you? I'm Ninny. I'm an artist. Blah, 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 blah. And, well, I wasn't really going to respond to this person, but I did. So everything went down from hill from that point on. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
I told them I was going to make it a certain way, but thought it wouldn't look as good. So I just made it the way I did. And they're like, well, it's still cute, but I just don't think it's very creative. And I said, well, I kind of don't really care. It's late at night and I'm going through a bit of an art block. So yeah.
Like how creative you want it to be.
Okay. I wasn't trying to be rude, but you can go ahead and be like that. So, and I come across these people a lot. So I kind of lost my cool and said this. What? Okay, edgelord, act like I attacked you. I'm really tired of sensitive artists like you. You think people are trying to be defensive when they're just explaining things calmly. I've looked at your art, and I went to their profile. The colors are extremely bright and misplaced. Plus, I've seen very similar art on DeviantArt. So, you say I'm not creative? Try looking at some coloring tutorials and style tutorials, and then come back.
So
They got angry.
Oh yeah.
I mean, wow. Did they just blow up? Just wow. I'll read the 3 comments they left. LMAO, what the fuck? You call me sensitive, yet you just responded with a paragraph because of my comment on fucking stickers. Shaking my head. I was nice enough to say it was still cute, and you just respond with salt. It's called coloring style. I like to use bright colors, and you just like MS Paint and draw dog asses. It's preference. So I said, angry now, are we? You know I'm right. You need to learn to be humble with your art and to improve with criticism. Also, I'm not the one having trouble with identity theft. Do you know why they're doing that? Because they think you're a loser. So do I. Why? Because of your bad attitude towards people with lesser materials than you. Here's my advice. Go check yourself. And so they blocked me. And I blocked them back because I knew they would keep talking. So, yeah, that happened.
Yeah.
Weird people.
No, I guess I can kind of relate because, sometimes I get a little bit annoyed when people criticize whatever, but at the same time, I do welcome the criticism because it's like, well, how else am I supposed to improve, right? If no one says anything negative, then
if they said it wasn't creative and given pointers about making it creative, I would have been just fine. But saying it's not creative, and that's it.
If you just even when it comes to stuff like my music or whatever, it's like if you just say I suck, it's like, okay, well that's not really constructive. I can't really do anything about it. Is there any way that I could improve? There's actually one person I kind of almost hunted down for like constructive criticism because you just kind of just said it sucked before. And then I kind of wanted to message, like, well, hang on. I was like, what do you mean it sucked? Like, why did it suck? And then he actually opened up more about why he thought. And it's like, okay. So that's the kind of criticism that I could have gotten before. But I actually had to kind of like, I guess, nudge him a bit in order for him to actually get the kind of criticism I needed in order to actually be able to improve from there.
It's funny. People think they give criticism, but then when somebody else tries to give it to them, they blow up.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
hilarious, but
It's
sad at the same time.
It's funny you should say that, because that's actually... Oh, Pin, you're making noise. You're making noise. I want to let him know that his microphone, that there is something coming from it. Yeah, it did do something, though. He said, no, I'm not. And it's like, okay, but...
I could have sworn I heard something.
Yeah, me too. Okay. Maybe we're just losing our minds, but... It's like, oh, it's making noise. It's like, yeah, Thaddeus, you're just being delusional. Oh. Okay. So, yeah, it's funny you should mention the whole... what was it? Funny you should mention the whole, like, criticism, people not being able to take it, because there's a problem with people being being able to basically dish out criticism, and then when people point out stuff that they do, like, they go kind of ballistic. And that's kind of getting into one of the stories that I kind of wanted to talk about today, which kind of has to do with the Great Debate community. So there's a little bit of a Great Debate community story that's going to be talked about. Because I was going to mention some stuff about my week, but it's kind of irrelevant, and we do want to keep this in an hour, so I'll just skip that stuff. All you really need to know is that I helped somebody with their paper route. It was really hot today, so I ended up really paying for not bringing a water bottle with me, and then I missed my bus like 2 times, so I had to walk all the way back. So yeah, wasn't necessarily a fun time. So, anyways. Getting into the thing I was going to talk about as far as the Great Debate community goes, there is this. So some of you people might be aware, in the little Great Debate community, that we have these members. We got Jade West and we got Fiona Robertson, and these are 2 Christians that basically it kind of feels like they're, like, on the skeptic side, because while some of the major Christian names in the community will basically try to argue for stuff like creationism, or or right now we're seeing the rise of some flat earth people. Meanwhile, these type of people, they're Christians in that, but they don't believe in creationism. Instead, they accept evolution as science, all that stuff. And meanwhile, they like to kind of mock and, poke fun at Christians that basically do believe in creationism and that. And yes, as I was saying, Pin was saying on the side chat just now, you can be a Christian and still be a skeptic. Yes, I'm aware of that. Back when I called myself Christian, for a while I was, because I did accept evolution. I called myself a theistic evolutionist. That's not the problem. The problem is when what I felt is that, if you're trying to represent Christ and all that, then why is it that you're basically just going after, other people that have bad science, when some of these people, I felt that, they should basically, kind of try and be on the same side, because, technically you are on the same side. And I was basically like I can pull up that post that I ended up sending. And this post actually ended up got inspired by a flat earth proponent in the community that runs the Flat Elected channel. He could be a troll, could not be. Goes by the name of Rand Campbell. And he made a video basically saying kind of what I'm saying in this post right now. And basically, so I'll just read it. Basically, I tagged Jade West, Fiona Robertson in it. I said, little food for thought for those of y'all who be calling yourself Christians, but like to laugh at the creationists and flat earthers and the skeptic side of the Great Debate community. Don't any of y'all find it very unchristian-like to be mocking and scoffing people like Trune Piercism, Antonio Fletcher, and Tommy Hall just because they have some anti-science stances on things, or stances on things that you feel are wrong, do you think Jesus approves of your actions of basically laughing at these people? Perhaps you should save this kind of stuff for people like Steve McRae. Sure, what they say is stupid at times, but as a non-Christian, people like me, Pin.Valentine and such, are free to mock that. We don't have a theological label we are trying to be the ambassadors of. We can do what we want. But the Christians who mock and scoff at other Christians' bad science and views of the world contrary to their own in this community, are you really that much better than the atheists at this point? Wouldn't God want you to be able to work with them instead of quote unquote exposing their stupidity? Do you think Jesus approves of the Dumb Fuck of the Year award, which is basically what Red Line is made up. Red's rhetoric. Basically, I said at the end of the post, gave y'all something to think about. And it didn't really receive that much attention. Instead, I just got like one comment from Fiona. So I was thinking, okay, well, maybe people would talk about this more if there was actually a hangout about it. So I talked to Wayne Fillmore about it, and basically just run on his channel. We did a hangout, basically saying, should Christians be mocking creationists? And boy, did we receive a lot of flack for that one. And we open up a whole other can of worms about the Catholicism thing and if Catholicism is really Christianity or not, which I did not want to go down that route. I didn't want to do that. That wasn't what the hangout was supposed to be about, but someone kind of brought it up, so we ended up discussing that. And to me, that just feels like a red herring or whatnot, because that's way off topic. Like, we don't need to get into that. Like, come on, let's just keep it focused. So they ended up getting mad at like both things, both the Catholicism thing and the fact that I basically called them out on what I felt maybe they shouldn't be doing according to their faith. And I just want to make my stance really clear on this, because they're saying, oh, Thaddeus should be one of the fundies or something. That wasn't what they said, but one of the commenters did. And I'm saying to myself, look, as someone who identifies as a misotheist, which basically I don't like God, it's like, I don't have an obligation to basically be like the ambassador of some sort of faith. So basically, yeah, I can make fun of these people. I can mock them. And you know what? People like Fiona and Jade, they can too. I'm not trying to be the fun police. You can do whatever you want. I'm just kind of saying, should you, according to your faith? Like, is that what Jesus will want you to do? Is that really, godly and all that stuff? That's what I'm saying. Like they can do what they want, and in some ways I kind of welcome it, because like, oh, good, there's some Christians that are sane. But I'm just kind of saying, like, should they do that kind of thing? Kind of some food for thought. Because sure, you know what? It got approved by a troll. Not approved, sorry. It got inspired by maybe a troll. Like Rand Campbell made a video, and that's why I kind of got inspired to do the post. But you know what? I think the point still stands, despite the fact that it got inspired by somebody who runs the Flat Out Elected channel, which is basically a flat earther channel. I don't know, AG, like what are your thoughts on it?
I agree with you. Really, I do. Like I've told you before, just people need to learn to stop contradicting themselves. It's really sad when you see it all the time, especially with people that you do like. I like Fiona and Jade, but they do need to learn that, well, basically what you said.
Yeah. Yeah, and Pin's kind of on the side that anybody is free to mock. And you know what? I even say anyone's free to mock too. Again, this isn't about whether they should be allowed to or not. It's just whether they should be. Like when they get to heaven one day, if heaven's a real place and all that stuff. Like, do you think God's going to approve of that? like that's what I'm saying. Like, I think some people kind of misrepresent, or they don't quite understand what exactly my position is. So, yeah, and Pin says, they should be like free to mock, and it's like, yeah, they should be as well. That's why I think some of the Bible rules and that could be kind of stupid. But I'm just saying, like, should it be part of, like according to their faith, should they be doing it? like Pin, when you say no, they should mock, do you think that actually is like, do you think that is consistent with their faith? Like, I'm just trying to get your opinion on it. Because Pin.Valentine, if you don't know, he's typing in the group chat because his microphone's not working, so he's still kind of part of the conversation. I'm just trying to understand what he's saying since he's only typing like in like a few sentences at a time. So, okay, so he basically says, "I don't care what their faith says. You should mock those who disagree with." Yeah, yeah. I understand. Again, again, I understand. I'm just saying if they should or not. I guess that kind of didn't gel well with people that maybe deep down they do think that they know that there might be something wrong with what they're doing, but they don't want to admit it, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you know, it's like it kind of triggers them deep down. That's why they got like so upset. Yeah, and Pin's saying there's nothing wrong with it, and I'm saying yeah, there shouldn't be anything wrong with it. Like personally, that's one of the many reasons I'm a misotheist in the first place. I don't have these moral quandaries, whatever. I don't have to like seriously think about them. Because let me tell you something. When I went by Keefe's the Elite Hunter in this great debate community, I was kind of on that level where I'd look at people like G-Man and all those people in the community, and I would like to say stuff like, like, oh, they're stupid and all this stuff, and basically, make fun of them, call them out and all this stuff. And you know what? What I was saying, I basically said, like, if that these people, basically they're dumb, and that, you can still be a Christian and believe in evolution and all this stuff. And meanwhile, people like them, I'm pretty sure they like to call people like me out and say how, unchristian that I was like. And you know what? That really, to quote the edgy people these days, that really triggered me to the point where I was like, I made like an angry post saying, oh, here's all these people, they're being all stupid and all that and being all fundamentalist. And if this is what Christianity is like, I don't want any part of it. And a part of me was like, well, people like me and Christian anarchists, and that, well, we're the better Christians because, we're smarter and, we aren't as mean and fundamentalist to other people and stuff. We're not being big jerks about it. But I think deep down, a part of me was like, the reason why it bugged me so much was because maybe that's what I was supposed to be. And I didn't like that. I didn't like the fact that it basically went against, what I wanted to do.
Yep.
I still don't agree with using his real name, but that's just me.
I understand completely.
Yeah. So yeah, but Pin basically says it's fun to point out the unchrist-like behavior to Christians, though. Yeah, it is. And I'll admit, that's part of the reason why I kind of did it. So, because it's like, hey, you like to point out that G-Man that are being unchrist-like. You people are being kind of unchrist-like yourselves in a way. And one of the other points I wanted to mention, which I didn't really get a chance to in the Hangout, was like that this community could be so much more than just people laughing at each other's stupidity and basically some of the same old things being brought up again and again, and then there being drama. But it's like people just, they don't regulate it themselves, and they don't basically call people out in the right way. Like when people, talk about true empiricism and all the stupid science stuff that he does, it's like, the way I see it, it's like true empiricism should have been laughed from the community long ago for all the stuff that he, like, people, like, they want, it's almost like they want him around just so they can keep doing the whole drama thing. It's like his kind of stupidity is like, we should just be done with it.
Exactly. Thank you for saying that.
I'm glad you agree.
Well, of course I agree. I'm not that kind of person who would just keep someone around just to keep laughing at them. That's really cruel, and it makes you the idiot.
Yeah, it's like, let's just make a few videos on him. Say, okay, here you are. Here's true empiricism, being a dumb fuck. And then it's like, here he is being a dumb fuck again. And then it's like, he does a response, you one more response. You do one big expose on him. And it's like, you know what? Then you're done with him. It's like, you don't need to keep, you don't need to keep bringing it up, because it's almost like he himself feeds off of the drama.
Exactly, that is what it is. He
And then
feeds
he
off
wants
of it
attention,
like
so
a
then he makes
leech.
videos about Dragnot and all this stuff. And it's like, you're just feeding him. It's like, quit. It's like, you've already basically shown why he's an idiot. Like, it's fine to do that. There's people that make response videos and stuff. And yeah, go ahead and do that. But, after you've shown how much of an idiot he is, it's like, be done with him. It's like, if you really want to solve problems with the community, it's like, just do that. Like, I even said to Wayne, because he's one who's running the Hangout, Wayne Fillmore, the other day, I said, I was thinking, if you want to deal with someone who has bad science or whatever in the community, you make a response video on their said error or errors. Explain why they're wrong, provide evidence and sources of your own to back up your statements. If they have sources, show them why their sources are wrong. If the person gets all dishonest and refuses to admit that they're wrong and starts to cause drama, like true empiricism, nip it in the bud. Call it out immediately, like in a secondary response video before it gets out of hand. Timestamp it where the lies and such come in, and explain, so that way they can't just dismiss it and say, oh, you don't have any timestamps, because you will. And explain how the person is wrong. Do like a full expose video on them that they cannot recover from. And don't get all mad or anything. Just calmly point out each and every fabrication before it gets too out of hand. Then share that thing like crazy on Google+. So if someone wants to be a slanderer, they all outed so badly that they'll never want to try that crap again, right? So,
Right.
yeah. And then you don't just keep them around. So it's like, at this point, if they still don't learn, leave them the fuck alone. They don't need your attention. Like they're either just hungry for attention or being delusional. Like, people should be done with true empiricism by now. Wipe the dust off your sandals with them. Like at least you agree with what I'm saying.
I do. Wholeheartedly. Yeah. Just let it go.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, I just find, to be honest, I feel half the hangouts that some of these people do are not even beneficial at all already. Like, some of them say, oh, it's for education. It's like, I can only imagine them being only so educational to only some sort of people. I mean, it is the nature of this community. Like, it more thrives off of drama than the education that they say it does. Like, someone like me, I just see it as entertainment mainly anyhow. But I'm saying, if you want it to be so much more than that, you just got to hold people accountable more often. And basically, I guess, not be afraid to point out when someone is wrong, basically, on both sides. I don't know. Is that one? Is that kind of one of the reasons that you don't participate in those hangouts? That was one of the reasons I stopped going to those ones.
I usually don't have time, or I'm not at home, or I'm really tired. And yes, that is one of the reasons, because they're just not beneficial.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when it's about one person they should have let go of.
Yep.
I don't want to be a part of that. In a way, it is a form of bullying, just keeping somebody around and keeping attention on them for the sake of entertainment or the sake of drama. In a way, that is bullying, and I don't want to be a part of that.
In a way. Pin.Valentine's like, drama is the best education sometimes. Yeah, sometimes. But, I mean, there's got to be a point where you call it quits. Personally, it's more of an entertainment thing for me. It's like, come on, true empiricism is boring. Move on to someone else. So
it is rarely educational. But yeah, sometimes. Rarely, but sometimes.
Yeah. Like, I'm much more interested in what Flat Out Elected's doing right now, that Flat Earth channel. Like they have some weird beliefs because, I don't know if you know about it, but they basically, there's two people that run it that basically They could be wrong. Like I've said this before, they could be trolls. They could not be. It's really hard to know. Not everybody that's part of that hangout panel is a troll, I believe, though. But 2 people, they have a history of them being called trolls. But basically, for the rest of the people that are part of that panel, they are flat earthers. So they believe the Earth is flat and that NASA is lying to us about space pictures is all being faked and we never went to the moon.
What reason would they have to do that?
Well, here's the thing. If you're on the biblical flat earther side, it's because apparently that round earth goes against the Bible. So they want you to believe in the round earth because it makes the Bible seem more ridiculous, not with all the verses that they think make the Bible seem like a flat earth book. So there are certain verses that they point to and say, oh, see, back in the day, the people believed that the earth was flat. It's basically, they're trying to hide God from us, apparently.
God wanted to try a new recipe of pancakes, but they came up with the flat earth instead. I just came up with that. I could draw that if I wanted.
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta save this to my computer. Might hear some loud typing because my computer has you know those keys on computers that just don't press down unless you press down on them hard? My computer is like that.
Pin.Valentine's like, my mother's fat ass sat on the earth and it became flat.
Your mama's so fat, she sat on the earth and it made the creationists' dreams come true.
Oh, wow. Don't lump them in there because some of the creationists will make it clear that they don't believe in the flat earth, but still. I know you're good joke, I guess.
There's a YouTube channel that animates stuff for Yo Mama jokes.
Oh, okay.
It's hilarious. And the animation's pretty good, so I sometimes watch it. And the voiceover guy, he's awesome.
Pin.Valentine's like, your mom is so fat she once stopped at a red light and ran the 4 behind her.
I remember when Yo Mama jokes first came around. Wow. That was a bumpy ride.
Makes you feel old, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, those are no longer really in style no more.
I miss them. I do miss Yo Mama jokes. I'm gonna be honest.
Pin.Valentine's like, your mom was so fat she hung her underwear up to dry and the neighbor's house slid down the skid mark.
Ugh. That's disgusting.
It's like, Pin, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to make Pin.Valentine's like, it's sexy. Anyways, Pin.Valentine, are you trying to make Yo Mama jokes come back or something? Trying to make them have a comeback? They're dead, man. Pin's like, they've been back. Oh, really? I guess I'm not keeping up with the times then.
Oh, speaking of getting with the times, I'm curious, have you heard of fidget spinners?
Oh, are those dumb tops?
Yes.
Oh, I hate that. I hate how that's a thing.
There is a guy.
Why is it a fad? Like, I understand that, tops, whatever, it's cool. You can do your thing. It's just, but that's becoming like the new cool thing. Like, really?
There's a whole bunch of videos on YouTube of people ranting and getting really angry about fidget spinners.
Over top. Oh, man.
One of the YouTubers I watch, I Hate Everything, that's literally his name.
Yes, I know who that is.
He made a video today. He uploaded it today about fidget spinners. And he says he technically doesn't hate them. I guess he's just annoyed or just doesn't understand them very well.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
So
that's kind of what his channel is. Like he calls himself "I hate everything," but it's more like "I don't understand this," or
yeah,
or
pretty
I'm
much.
mildly disappointed."
I'm glad I'm not the only one in here that watches him because I could talk about it all day.
Oh yeah, I discovered him back when he didn't actually have that many subscribers. So
Me too.
yeah, and I was like, wow, he blew up quick. I didn't expect that to happen because
Actually, I
not
did
everybody gets to be
expect
at
it.
that level. Not everybody gets to be at that level because there's other people that make good content and they still stay around a certain mark. And it's like, really?
Hmm.
You're not at Pyrus cynical level at subscribers yet, even though you should be.
There was this one YouTuber, I forget his name because it was so long ago that his content was really, really good. It was mostly about art, but it wasn't really popular back then, art videos. But he was really good. His art was good. His commentary was very nice and constructive, and I learned a lot. But he took down his channel because there were a lot of people just telling him, quit your job, quit your life, quit this and that. And I'm like, come on, guys, really? And this
That's
was
dumb.
before I commented on videos. I really wanted to say, your stuff is great, don't quit. But he ended up quitting. And so he never got to the amount of subscribers he wanted. He could have been really famous, but people made him quit before he could get there.
Uh, that sucks.
It sucked big
Pin
time.
Valentine has a question for you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna have to type it out because he doesn't have his microphone. He will have a microphone by next week, but right now the microphone he did get apparently already broke or something. I don't know how that happened. I thought there was just some sort of recognition error because you know what? I have like two professional microphones, and there was one time where my computer just wasn't recognizing them, but I mean they still were working. I thought that might have been something that was going on with his.
I need a mic. I shouldn't
Oh,
use my phone all the time.
Pin Valentine's like it'll be about 3 weeks. It's like, I don't know. Can't you just buy one from the store? Oh, he finally typed his question. I have a question for Pin after this. AJ, what do you think about nude art and lewd art?
I have a very strong opinion, a couple of opinions. It
No, he's
depends
gonna
on
begin.
what purpose this nude or lewd art has. Is it meant to have skinheads masturbate to it, or is it for the appreciation of the body of whatever they're drawing?
What if it's a bit of both?
Then that's fine. But if it's,
Sorry, but I just couldn't help it. It's like, I don't know. I could see it in both ways.
I
I can
don't
have a
really
deeper
care if
understanding of
people
things.
jerk off to certain things unless they're underage. But eh, if it
Uh,
were me, if I were to draw that stuff, I would to draw it for the beauty of the human body. I do think humans are beautiful, physically and mentally sometimes, and I would love to draw that. But just as porn, just to get your jollies off something that isn't real, that's not my style. But I don't really care if that is someone's style.
oh, the Pin
Just don't
actually
shove it in my
agrees with you.
face.
Yeah, Pin actually agrees with you. Interesting. Well, yeah, I see it. It's like, well, first of all, I'm not really a nude art type person, but I mean, as far as drawing something that's a little bit, I guess, provocative goes, it's like, I don't know, you can appreciate it as art, the artistic value and beauty and everything. And you can also say, you know what? That person drew a very sexy picture. I don't see what the problem of that is. Like, I like the problem thing with me is that I don't, first of all, I know it's going to sound weird, but I can enjoy something like as sexy or whatever, be attracted to it without feeling the need to jerk off to it. So, so I mean, whenever someone says, whenever someone's like, "Oh, so you just want to jerk off to it," it's like, I don't know, I can still appreciate it for the sex appeal without doing that. So, and Pin.Valentine's like, what about lewd art that celebrates sex, romance, fucking?
I don't think celebrating sex is bad. I think it should be encouraged amongst adults, at least. Don't celebrate it amongst young people, please. That is just wrong. That is just
Yeah.
very creepy. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't think sex should be taboo at all. It should be something that people just mind. Just
Yeah.
yeah. You know what I mean.
Yeah, I don't think it should be taboo.
I mean, the effects of having sex taboo is affecting people very badly. There are studies of this, like making sex taboo or completely gone is just really
Yeah.
bad idea.
I don't know. I mean, I can speak of this too from an artist. I've never drawn anything naked like that. That's just me. But I mean, he's like, I have. Okay. Well, yeah. That's you, Pin. That's nice. We're not talking about you. Anyways, um, yeah. So yeah, like I've never really drawn anything naked. However, I have drawn things that are meant to have like sex appeal. Like obviously, like I don't know. I just feel like I guess there's a distinction between going all full out like nude and all this stuff, and then kind of drawing something that might have a little bit of sex appeal, but it's more of like I don't know. Maybe I just think about things weird, but it's more of like a cutesy kind of sex appeal kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just a weird person.
No, no.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, I have an interesting take on it. Like it's not like I like super condemn all the people that do things differently than I do. It's just, I just have something that works for me. Then, people can do what they want, you know, art's subjective for a reason.
Yeah.
So yeah. Pin, like since we didn't start right at 8, how are you doing for time? Because you want it to be like an hour. I had one more thing I was going to bring up as far as the topic, but like I can make it short, but I don't know. Like I don't know how long we've been going for. We've got about 25 minutes. Oh, good. That's just enough time because I don't want to talk about it any more than that. I don't know. Pin.Valentine, like, did you have a story or whatnot? Because I don't want to just make you feel left out because you don't have your microphone. Like, if you had something, maybe I'll choose between yours or mine, depending on what it is. Um, if you don't respond, oh, okay. He says he did. He had a story about Onision, but he wants to get to that when he actually has a mic. Yeah, that's probably a good thing for a mic. So, yeah, he's a weird one. Let's just put it that way. So, you know who Onision is, right?
I wish
Maybe.
I didn't.
Yeah, I honestly don't get him. Because I mean, there's some actions where it's like, I kind of see where he's coming from, and then other times like, you need to stop, dude. You just need to stop. I was kind of with you or a little bit, and it's like, no, now you just need to stop. So, um, anyways, but as far as the whole story I was going to talk about was, it has to do with the Flat Out Elected channel, which is the Flat Earth channel. That's kind of part of the Great Debate community, kind of not, because they really like to keep themselves in their own little bubble instead of having other people come up to them. And yeah, this actually has to do with it, Pin.Valentine. Yeah, because he's asking about the trans story. These guys were talking about the trans story. It has to do with the flat Earth people. I know it's weird, but basically, uh, okay. Okay, anyways, as I was trying to say, so I got distracted by the side chat. Apparently, I can't do two things at once like that. Flat Out Elected was talking about transgenderism, and basically the way they were talking about it, they basically have this thing where it's like models and that, and people that are famous and all that. Because flat Earth people, they don't only just believe one conspiracy. A lot of times they believe a whole bunch of other ones. So they're kind of going on about how some of these famous models and stuff they threw quite a few names around, but that they are actually, they used to be men, they transitioned to being female, like a whole bunch of them. The whole, kind of like going over the whole conspiracy about, Michelle Obama being trans and all this stuff. Those kind of people.
Yeah.
And they just think a whole bunch of whackload of people are like trans. And and like, yeah, and Pin's like, oh hell no. And I'm just like, yep, they went there. They were going there when I tuned in live. They went there today. I can't remember what the video's called right now. I think it's called like Flat Earth Making Use of Our Senses or whatever the video's called. I don't know. Pin, you can link it. You can link it in the description.
Please do.
But basically, yeah, they were talking about that, and I'm just kind of going to myself like, well, I can't really find anything debunking it, so that'd be kind of scary if they were right. How many people? It's like, really? I know it's a conspiracy theory, but it's like, I don't know. Pin.Valentine's like, give me the link after the show. It's like, yeah, you know what? That is an interesting one to have a link of. They'll probably still be going live because they like to have like these 8-hour long hangouts or whatnot. So they're probably still going live by the time I give you the link. They're probably not even talking about that anymore. But yeah, they cover so many different subjects. But I don't know. It's a good way to get yourself banned from their live chat.
Getting hit in the face with the ban hammer.
I'm not going through that BS again. I don't even know where they. I don't know where they, because Pin's asked me to timestamp it, and it's like, I don't know where they were talking about that. Their hangouts are so long, I wasn't paying attention to when they were doing it. Shoot. I don't know. They're a fun one to kind of mess with. Because they really don't like people challenging their ideas, but I think people kind of should. Because as far as the whole flat Earth thing goes, they're making it seem like it's credible, and it shouldn't be credible. It's not. And if you have no one there to challenge your opinion, you just hide people from live chat, and you refuse to have people come on your hangout show to their side of the like it's credible, because they're basically growing an audience. Like they have more people watching them than we have people watching us right now, which is a sad thing. And these people are like on their side.
They eat their quote unquote credibility, or however you say it, like pudding. Call it the edible credible bullshit.
Yeah, that's actually a good name for them. That could be their show's name.
Introducing
Hi, this is
the
Rand
edible,
Campbell.
credible.
This is the edible credible bullshit here. Here in the Dominican Republic. That's another thing. He likes to mention a lot that apparently he's in the Dominican Republic, because it's like such a big thing, because apparently he's winning souls to God in the Dominican Republic, and he might even be teaching them flat Earth on the side. So it's like, oh no, what are you doing? Teaching a whole other country that's be ill-informed about this stuff about flat Earth? Really?
I'm gathering the souls for God.
I don't know. I think that's what, I don't know. Maybe Pin can correct me on here. Isn't that like what they like to call lying for Jesus? Yeah, Finn's like, yep, yes.
Lying for Jesus.
Yeah. Man, are they a fun channel. I'd like to have somebody that's from the panel be on our show for one time because, man, are they interesting. There's this one dude called Arcane Logos who I don't think is a troll. I think he actually legitly believes in the whole flat earth stuff, unlike MG42 Pillbox and Rand Campbell, who run the channel, kind of. Arcane, I think he actually does believe in this stuff, and he'll actually go into other people's rooms and try to advocate for his flat earth stuff. Man, is he interesting. He'd be an interesting person to have on the show.
That would be so much fun. I can see it now.
but at the same time, he doesn't necessarily like me because I called his flat earth beliefs stupid. Because they are. But
that's just like a playground mentality. You're stupid. No, I'm
not. Pretty much. Funny thing is, I like how they like. Here's the thing. I mean, I guess I'll be a little bit insulting, like kind of like passive aggressive, kind of insulting. But it's like they are usually the ones to throw in the first like ad hom, like full on insult. I'm just like, wow. So you guys really can't take it, huh? I didn't call you a name. Not like that, anyways. Because I mean, I remember I can't remember the exact words because I have a bad memory, but I remember saying all the flat earth being all stupid and all that, and Arcane Logos basically saying, oh, so you guys are going to listen to this tranny fairy, something like that. And it's like, really?
Tranny fairy.
I didn't throw out anything to. Yeah, I didn't throw anything like that to you. So I could have commented on your Google Plus avatar, but I didn't, because he has like a monkey with like a globe, and it's like, so what's that supposed to mean? I didn't make fun of your avatar.
I wonder what they'd say about mine.
Oh, I don't know. Yours is kind of like Illuminati, so.
Everybody says that.
Illuminati exposed. Are you trying to add Illuminati symbolism in your artwork?
If, to be honest, if the Illuminati was real, I'd think they'd be cool. I'd be like, yeah, bro, you go.
But they're trying. But what if they're trying to hide the reality of the flat Earth from us?
I don't care. I just live my life.
Yeah, I can't remember.
They don't try to kill me.
With
my family or friends.
Pin basically asked, Pin basically said, did they called you a tranny fairy? And yeah, well, at least Arcane Logos did. I can't remember what exactly he said, but I do remember that.
Arcane Bobo the Clown.
And Pin.Valentine said he's gonna get it. Funny thing is, I bet a lot of people are actually confused about my avatar and why I have it, because they probably think, am I trans? Am I not? The story behind it, because it's pretty quick, is basically, do you know about these? You're on YouTube a lot, AJ. Do you know about these videos where it's self-hypnosis videos?
Yes, yes.
And are you aware of some of the crazier ones? Like some of those where they claim that they can like your body like physically and stuff, even though it's hypnosis, which doesn't make any sense.
Yep, I've heard of those.
So there's this video that was claiming that it was like basically, maybe this one was more legit, because the one I saw, I think it seemed like it was more of like a mind thing than actually claiming to transform your body. But then I saw another video by someone else that was claiming to legitly transform your body, and kind of has like a warning, like, don't try this unless you actually want your body to transform. I was like, okay, then. But basically, the first video I sent, I didn't see, I looked at a little bit, was basically it was a male to female transformation. And I was like, that's interesting. I don't know if it works. I don't know if I have the patience for that. But there's like this 1 hour video, and I was just looking through the comments to see if it worked. And it seemed like it was kind of either or. Some people say it worked, some people didn't, and there's no way to verify who's lying, who's not. Either way, that kind of inspired me to originally draw myself as like a female version of myself. This was before the wings. So basically I just drew like a character that's basically just a female version of myself. and that was my avatar for a little bit on Google Plus. And then a friend, and Pin.Valentine probably likes this because me and him both know about the show Critical Role on YouTube. A friend kind of got me into D&D. So,
oh, I love that game.
So after that, when they got me into D&D, there's, I got kind of into fantasy a little bit, and I kind of think fairies / pixies in the D&D universe, even other universes, look kind of cute. So it's like I added fairy wings to my Thaddeus as a female character, and that's how I got my avatar. So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was basically D&D inspired. As far as me actually being a tranny, though, it's like, really? Just because I have an avatar like this, you're going to assume that? Okay, buddy. Artists are an eccentric bunch. We get our inspiration from weird things. So...
You tranny fairy.
Oh, man. Pin.Valentine's like, I get my inspiration from dog shit. No, but to be fair about the whole tranny thing, it's like, I thought about it lately because it's been on my mind ever since I started watching videos about like social issues and anti SJW videos and all that. It's been on my mind. It's like there is a possibility that I could be like, I feel a little bit feminine, but it doesn't necessarily mean that I am like female or whatnot. Because I think you can be a male and just have some feminine traits or feel feminine at times. That doesn't mean that that I'm secretly deep down I'm like full on female or something.
Yeah, I know how that feels. Sometimes I feel like I'm more masculine than feminine.
You just get moments like that, but it's like it's not enough, I don't think. Like, I don't know, like maybe someone else would disagree with me, but like just every now and then there'll be moments like, and it's kind of becoming more frequent recently. So it's like, I don't know what's going on with me. I might be losing my mind, but it's like, okay.
I think it's good to question yourself.
When it comes to some things, it's like, I don't know. I think I feel a little bit too comfortable with some feminine things. It's like what the fuck are you doing, Thaddeus? But yeah, it's interesting. That's one of the reasons I actually asked somebody who was in our live chat last time, Kara. I asked them since they kind of feel like they're trans, and I was like how do you know if you're transgender? We basically end up having a conversation off air about that kind of thing. And because I didn't know what I honestly wanted to know, because like, is there a possibility I am? It's like, I don't know. I keep my options open. It's like I'm open-minded about stuff. So
that's pretty cool.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to jump the gun and say I am, but also not going to jump the gun and say I'm not at the same time. I don't know. I'm in that phase because like, I don't know. At the same breath, there is a lot of masculine things about me still. But every now and then it's like, you know what? Because I actually legitly thought about that video. I legitly thought about that that male to female transformation. Is like, you know what? That'd actually be kind of cool. Just for a little bit. It's like I'd get kind of sick of it every now and then. It's like, okay, I kind of want to be male again. But it's like, if I could switch back and forth between the two, if I could get that power, I would love it.
So would I. So would I.
Yeah, it's like, it's just what it's like, yeah, it'd be kind of cool. So, and it's like a part of me would kind of actually feel comfortable in it too. It's weird. Anyways, so that was basically our conversation, because we are kind of getting over time. Thanks to everybody who is watching live in the live chat. Thanks for watching. Oh, Pin says we have 5 minutes. So actually, this is a good time to wrap it up. So I guess what I will say is, again, just to refer to the whole thing with the community. The community be crazy. Like, I do recommend that people who are outsiders join the whole Great Debate community thing, because I think it's kind of fun. at sometimes, but don't get too deep in it. And I will warn you, there are some crazy people on here. So yeah, if you're going to join it, maybe you might want to add someone like me or Pin to circles, because we are kind of the more sane ones around here, I think.
I'm totally
Yeah.
kukalabanza. Don't add me. I'm crazy.
You're not that. Nah, no, you're not. You do not know crazy. Oh, I was going to say, Pin.Valentine, is there anything you wanted me to say as far as the outro goes? Because you're the one that usually does the intro and outro. I know that's a little bit unprofessional for me to say that on air, but maybe there's some things I'm supposed to say so I don't forget. Because he usually does the outro, because he usually has a mic. Okay, well, I was going to end it a little more professionally by saying that our social links are in the description, all that stuff. But according to Pin.Valentine, I'm supposed to say, thanks for watching, and go the fuck away. Peace out, everybody. I guess you can end it now.